This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
My name's Tressa. I'm 32 years old. I'm a small-town farm girl from northeast Nebraska. I grew up cleaning hog barns, riding horses. I more or less was the tomboy, and I was my dad's little sidekick. I excelled in sports, football, basketball, track and field, and I later went on to become a world-class athlete in track and field. But as I was heading into the 2000 Olympics, I became a world-class meth addict, which is where I'm stuck at today. My whole life, I have been addicted to adrenaline, and methamphetamines is basically a drug that is equivalent to adrenaline. I try to find any means possible, as soon as I get cash in my pocket, to go and find the drugs, because that seems to be the only way I know how to handle life at this point. I could eat it, I could snort it, I could smoke it, but the last year I have only done it through an IV. I've also shared my needle with a few other addicts. You do what you gotta do.
My biggest fear at this point is that she could die from this.
This isn't the life she's meant to live. I'm broken for my child. I enjoyed Tressa as a baby, and she showed strength very early.
When Tressa was a child, she was always a lot of fun. She's full of life.
My family was a small farming Christian family who we went to church on Sunday and Wednesday nights.
My mom played the piano and my dad led the song service. And me and Tressa would always be out in the congregation clapping and singing and just having a really good time.
Tressa was a great worker, so her role was helping her mother.
And you could always count on Tressa to do the hard jobs on the farm. Anything that was backbreaking, she could handle it. She was a sophomore in high school playing on a championship team, and that's not something that women can accomplish very easily.
But in today's segment, Joel Johnson reports there are some female athletes who are taking on the men and doing it quite well.
She caught 7 passes, including this one for a touchdown.
I'd found my niche being a star athlete in a small town. My success levels as an athlete just shot through the roof.
She broke the NCAA national record, and she just broke every record that you could break. And she just exploded on the scene. It was just amazing.
When we heard about the Olympics, it was very exciting for everybody. The whole town was behind her.
Despite the whole glory and being so successful, I didn't let anyone know. A feeling of loneliness kind of overtook me. My life consisted of my job. I was a workaholic, athletics, and I just had ignored who I was and what I needed as a human being. No one that was in my world knew about my second life that had begun. It was something that I was very ashamed of and I hid. There was no way that me being with another girl was gonna be okay with anybody.
had the call the night before we were to fly out to California that, hey, Mom, Dad, just want to let you know I had a positive drug test. What do you mean, a positive drug test, you know? For what? For cocaine.
The crowd that I was introduced to amongst the gays and lesbians in Omaha were the ones that all were involved in the drug world also. And since the lifestyle was enticing, the drugs were a new experience in my life that enticed me even stronger. I really didn't even care, honestly. I was into my drugs, and the drugs were #1.
I'm sure Tressa uses drugs to numb her senses enough to do what she wants to do.
Her whole lifestyle has been hurting her and me.
I don't want to call Tressa a lesbian because I hate that. I don't like that. And I choose not to believe that of her because I think she could have a relationship with a man like she's supposed to.
To have a restored relationship with God, which she has run from all of her life.
I think in my mom's eyes, if I get right and back in with God, that everything's gonna be good and I'll be able to go to heaven. And if I get back in with God, then that means automatically I won't like girls and automatically I'll be off drugs. It's supposed to be that simple in life. Well, that's how I was taught growing up in the Midwest.
Tressa, I have seen your addiction affect your life negatively in these following ways. Your health has been affected, and you don't have something that you can call your life. If you're not willing to take a place in this recovery, you need to know that our relationship will change. But I know that you will take this challenge and go for success.
You were once a beautiful, fun-loving, charismatic woman, and now I see a dangerous and hazardous person I can hardly recognize at times. The strain of bailing you out of circumstances and defending your actions has been exhausting on my marriage. And at the same time, staying true to you who needs me. There are some things in our relationship that will change. My love for you will never change. You're my sister, and that's all I want and need out of you.
Tressa, I've been dysfunctional in this relationship with you. I've not known how to handle things because I didn't know any other way to do it. But I don't want to give you money for drugs anymore. But I will help you all I can if you're off of drugs.
Will you go to rehab? We're happy. You need to. I love you.
Tressa, why don't you take a minute, pick out something that applies to you in terms of that you deal with about your anger.
The main reason I'm here is my homosexual lifestyle.
That might have been one of the triggers that caused you to use drugs, but you're here because of a drug dependence. Yeah. But I also hear you saying that one of your issues is your parents not accepting you for your sexual preference. But ultimately, you need to be who you are, whether people accept you or not. My sense is be who you are and see what happens.
What I found really neat when I came to treatment here is that the owner had a requirement that we get a gym membership and we were required to go work out. And instead of going into the gym with a personal resentment for myself, I see a woman that has a lot of potential. I see a person who smiles back at herself. To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about a comeback.